Good morning. Today we're going to look at the unidentified reports out of Cannon Air Force Base and Clovis, New Mexico in late January 1976. As we do this, please remember that every sighting provides the opportunity to study both the phenomenon and the environment and history of the chosen location. The stunning find is that UFOs often maneuver to educate humans on urgent issues with a light touch that until recently, due to ridicule, was only noticed and addressed by the planet's authorities. Cannon Air Force Base is located 7 miles southwest of the town of Clovis, near the New Mexico border with the Texas Panhandle. It is one point of interest in a larger area that includes various nuclear weapon, airbase, and missile sites. These key locations are provided on the chart. On Wednesday morning, January 21, 1976, a memorandum for record was entered and signed by Rear Admiral James B. Morin, Deputy Director for Operations of the National Military Command Center. The National Military Command Center is a Pentagon command and communications center for the President and the Secretary of Defense. It is responsible for generating emergency action messages to missile control centers, nuclear submarines, reconnaissance aircraft, and battlefield commanders. The important memorandum read as follows. The following information was received from the Air Force Operations Center at 05:55 Eastern Standard Time. 2 UFOs are reported near the flight line at Cannon Air Force Base, New Mexico. Security police observing then reported the UFOs to be 25 yards in diameter, gold or silver in color, with blue light on top, hole in the middle, and red light on the bottom. Air Force is checking with radar, additionally checking weather inversion data. Signed, J.B. Morin, Rear Admiral, U.S. Navy, Deputy Director for Operations, National Military Command Center. For an appreciation of 25 yards of size, an artist's rendering of 2 possible shapes reported this month over Clovis have been placed against the high school football field. The Air Force was not the only one reporting. On the 22nd, the News Journal reported 12 UFOs observed over Clovis. You can pause the video to read this article and the others that follow. I call your attention to the fact that Clovis Police Corporal Randy Johnson, Officer Henry Pervez, and author Scott Price observed 12 bright, pulsating lights arrange themselves in a circle in the night sky west of town. This should remind viewers of Robert A. Pizzuli's 1984 video over Brewster, New York. Using Steve Moscato's amateur telescope, the author and numerous police officers, for a total of 11 people, all went on record as having observed a bright white hot dog or cigar-shaped object with 2 black circular areas at each end. On the 24th, a story appeared in the Albuquerque Tribune that the Clovis police officer Henry Pervez was, along with 3 men from Los Alamos National Laboratory, investigating a burn spot 10 miles north of Clovis near a cemetery. The Las Cruces Sun-News on 25 January 1976 relayed that police reported scores of sightings between 6 p.m. and 10:30 p.m. Friday, the 23rd of January, an hour before the observers from Los Alamos arrived. On the 26th of January, the Daily Press out of Artesia, New Mexico, 130 miles southwest of Clovis, reported similar UFO light arrangements on Saturday, the 24th. The name Artesia is the lock on the argument that the sightings at Cannon and Clovis are directly related to the pollution of artesian well groundwater.
They told everybody in August the water was safe to drink. Now Cannon Air Force Base admits numerous wells on and off base are not safe. The State Environment Department issued a warning today. A chemical foam used in firefighting has been found in the wells. It has been linked to cancer and other disease. News 13's Allison Martinez is in the Newsplex with more.
Kim, the contaminated wells have been found on and off Cannon Air Force Base. The Environmental Department is encouraging anyone with a well within a 4-mile radius of Clovis Base to drink bottled water until further notice. The chemical foam that was discovered goes by the abbreviation PSAF. It is associated with an increased risk of cancer. The level for consuming this chemical is 70 nanograms per liter. Off-base wells have readings from 25 to 1,600 nanograms per liter. On-base readings have reached 26,000. The Department of Defense announced in April that 126 bases had wells contaminated from the chemical foam. Cannon said initial test shows in August that there was no contamination. The Environmental Department wanted more testing to be done, which led to today's announcement. Some of that well water was used at local dairies, and because of that, the Food and Drug Administration is looking into associated health risks.
While U.S. above-ground nuclear testing had ended by the mid-1960s, the possibility that the Air Force was again poisoning humans through our milk and beef is something that our ET angels would likely take samples to determine. This then could explain the various cattle organ extractions in the mid-1970s as the danger was monitored. Finally, on the 27th, we see that even the respected Orville Hoyt Pattison, who had been serving as a New Mexico state rep since 1963, could not escape the standard ridicule associated with laying claim to having seen a UFO. Ridicule is a technique attempting to prevent the people from seeing UAP Federation guidance before human leadership can cover.